Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. A couple of weeks ago, back in May, I let you know about an info-stealer warning, where 184 million accounts had been compromised, including Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Microsoft, Google, and so on. And we also had a look at a couple of tips to help you stay safe. Video will be linked down below and in the end screen. Now, just to let you know, and as pointed out to me by an email I received from a viewer of this channel this morning, researchers now have just confirmed what is most probably the largest data breach ever, with almost 16 billion login credentials, including passwords, exposed. And that's according to this post by Forbes and this post by Cyber News. Both will be linked down below in the description. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to give you an overview taken from both posts. So, as mentioned, they will be linked down below if you want more information. But Cyber News has said from this post that its team has been monitoring the web since the beginning of the year. So far, they've discovered 30 exposed data sets containing from tens of millions to over 3.5 billion records each. In total, the researchers uncovered an unimaginable, they say, 16 billion records. Now, researchers have said that it's not just a leak, it's a blueprint for mass exploitation. With over 16 billion login records exposed, cyber criminals now have unprecedented access to personal credentials that can be used for account takeover, identity theft, and highly targeted phishing. They also carry on to say that what's especially concerning is the structure and recency of these data sets. These aren't just old breaches being recycled. This is fresh, weaponizable intelligence at scale, researchers said. Now, according to Cyber News, they say that the only silver lining, so to speak, is that the data sets were exposed only briefly. Long enough for researchers to uncover them, but not long enough to find who was actually controlling vast amounts of data. Most of the data sets were temporarily accessible through unsecured elastic search or object storage instances. Researchers, they say, also claim that most of the data in the leaked data sets is a mix of details from stealer malware, credential stuffing sets, and repackaged leaks. And they say that, unfortunately, there was no way to effectively compare the data between different data sets, but it's safe to say that overlapping records are definitely present. So basically, this means it's impossible to tell how many people or accounts were actually exposed. Now, just some important information. They say that the info that the team managed to gather revealed that most of the information followed a clear structure. URL followed by login details and a password. Most modern info stealers, malicious software stealing sensitive information, as we have spoken about previously, collect data in exactly this way. And this is exactly how most modern info stealers, which is malicious software that steals sensitive information, collects data basically in exactly the way just described. URL followed by login details and a password. It is also mentioned that information in the leaked data sets opens the doors to pretty much any online service. So that's Apple, Facebook, Google, GitHub, Telegram, to mention some examples, and various government services, according to the post by Cyber News. According to the researchers, credential leaks at this scale are fuel for phishing campaigns and account takeovers, ransomware intrusions, and business email compromise attacks. It's mentioned that the inclusion of both old and recent InfoStealer logs, often with tokens, cookies, and metadata, makes this data particularly dangerous for organizations lacking multi-factor authentication or credential hygiene practices, the team said. And it is mentioned that the data sets that the team uncovered differ widely. For example, the smallest, named after malicious software, had over 16 million records. Meanwhile, the largest one, most likely related to the Portuguese-speaking population, had over 3.5 billion records. On average, one dataset with exposed credentials had 550 million records. And it's also mentioned that some of the datasets were named generically, such as logins, credentials, and similar terms. Now, the Cyber News post also mentions that it is also unclear who owns the leaked data. While it could be security researchers that compile data to check and monitor data leaks, it's virtually guaranteed that some of the leaked data sets were owned by cyber criminals, which is not a good thing. And at the end of the day, my reason for posting this is not to generate fear or to fearmonger. It's like we like to do on the channel. I've received the information and I'm putting it out there to keep you guys in the loop and to keep you posted. Basic cyber hygiene is essential. So basically using a password manager to generate strong, unique passwords and updating them regularly can be the difference between a safe account and stolen details. And as I always say on the channel, practice good computing habits. That means stay away from dodgy websites. Be vigilant while you're online, because according to a Cyber News researcher from the article, which will be linked, both of those will be linked as mentioned, this discovery might signal that criminals are abandoning previously popular methods of obtaining stolen data. So stay awake, be alert, be vigilant. Giving you the information so I can keep you guys posted. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.